Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Brahmanandam Param Sukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagan Sadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om. Adorations to Sadguru, who is Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme preceptor. Yoga Vasistha in Mumukshu Prakarana, section 14 continues. Presently we are dealing with gatekeepers. First gatekeeper we have befriended, Shama. Now, next gatekeeper is Vichar, known as inquiry, developing a vigilant mind. The mind vigilant in such a way that it is not wasting all its energy over illusions. Vigilant mind becomes aware of what's most important to look for. Don't look around for that, look within yourself. You are the most important. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. For the sake of itself, all becomes dear. Behind the whole world you have that you handle, the nucleus is the self. But you have to figure out which self. Where is that self? Is it in your feet, in your hand, in your head, in your physical body? And you are led to understand that you have 5 sheaths, layers. And all those layers are coverings for the self, and you have to negate them. You are not the physical body, you are not the vital sheath, you are not the mind and senses, you are not intellect and ego, you are not even the unconscious. The real I am is beyond the 3 bodies, physical, subtle, causal, beyond the 5 sheaths which I have just explained. And for easy understanding, when you are in deep sleep, you are not with your physical body, not with your mind and senses, not with your intellect, not even with your most lovable center, ego. And you are not at a loss. The reality in you is not determined or dependent upon the body, mind, intellect, ego. The reality in you is stripped of all that. How to promote that, and what are the implications in your life if you were to move away from your ego? What will be your experience? In sleep, you move away and you cherish that day by day, week. When you practice meditation and led to Samadhi, without sleeping, you slip away from your ego. That's another profounder insight you gain the deep Samadhi, you are not the body, nothing. And you wake up with profound inspiration. From sleep, you wake up recharged. From Samadhi, you wake up transformed. How to attain that revelation? How to realize the truth? The truth is all the time there. You are not all this, you are Satchidananda. You are Brahman, the Absolute. And when you say you, it includes all. All that is. You, the chair, you are Brahman. You, the tree, you are Brahman. You, the stars, you are Brahman. All that is absolute reality. You have difficulty in understanding, think of your dream. In your dream, you have the same world. The sky, the mountains, the rivers, the birds, palaces, negative, positive. But what's most fascinating, you are everything there. Because out of your own bed, you have not created anything. You have become, your own consciousness has become everything. So in your dream, if you see a roach, you are roach. Spider, you are a spider. You look at the sky, you are the sky. Now with this, let me go on and giving you highly allegorical and literary presentation by Yoga Vasistha. Mystical project is a blend of Shakespearean literature and biblical mysticism. And Vedic profundity. The Trivedi, three things are blended together. Just as with the rising of the moon, there develops a sense of coolness within one's heart. Not cold, not icy cold, coolness. Joyous, cool. Because the world is always giving you pressure on your mind. Three types of pressure. That pressure, as this bhavana becomes purified, and you have the experience in daily life, do something good and see what happens in your heart. Little touch of expansion in your heart. How does it feel? And that needs to be focused. How can you become involved in the heart-based sweetness? Mind tries to do it in a foxy way. And that movement is called moha. If something has given you delight, catch hold of it. Lock it up. Never let it go. That's called moha. Give you a very crude way. But healthy way is to allow your heart to go on developing profound generosity until your heart radiates the prayer, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. May all be happy. Until your heart sees the entire creation as a motherly heart sees children. That state is reached by Vichar, mind that goes on inquiring into who am I led by study of scriptures, satsanga, and devotion to God. In simple terms, integral yoga must enter your personality. The joy that emerges in your heart, led by Vichar, that joy is Niratishaya Anand, bliss that cannot be excelled, unexcellable bliss. All experiences of joy in the world is excellable, which means you are never in the state of attaining perfect joy. And also the color of joy is deceptive, foxy. In the morning, something seems very joyous. By the evening, it isn't. Fox has changed its color. Karma-based joy comes in degrees. You have human joy, you can have Gandharva joy, you can have heavenly joy, degrees. But if your happiness is confined to degrees, that happiness is not going to give you liberation. It is called sakamya karma-based happiness. You will be happy, but will hop out of it into miserable state. Then again will become happy, and then again hop. It's like rice cooking in a kettle, going up and down along with the water. That shaky happiness is removed, led by Vichar. When ignorance is destroyed, then there is, as a full moon shines within your heart. Another point, you discover an inner state that is unshakable. You are always in a shakeable situation, led as long as ignorance controls your mind. No matter how wonderful your fortunes have smiled, how wonderful good karmas have given you most wonderful things, amazing, no matter how much, but it is shakeable. Some things shake in 50 years. Some shake in single day. You must realize even the entire Earth planet one day will be shaken off. Do not be surprised. But this, what you attain now, is an unshakable state of stability. Param sthiti. Another term the Gita has used is sthita prajna. Now the question arises, if the mind itself dissolves and negated by Vichar, then what will happen to your life on this earth? Will you live like a stupid person? How to be in the world, be mindless. Can it be possible? For that, you turn your attention to vasanas. Simple point is that a sage will continue to live in his body, led by Prarabdha karma. But in the case of a sage, all karmas are destroyed, including Prarabdha karma. Destruction of Prarabdha karma is to be understood in a proper way. When we say destruction of Prarabdha karma, it implies that even while karma flows, Sage's experience, internal experience, remains untouched. In adversity, he is the same. In prosperity, he is the same. It is present in the Ramayana. Prasannatam yanagata vishekata. Rama was announced, given the news that he is going to be the king of Ayodhya. His own father tells him. And he keeps his face just serene, cheerful, doesn't shake up. Oh, am I going to be king? Jump up a little bit. King of Ayodhya, the greatest kingdom in the whole earth. Oh, Father, this is good news. Instead, he remains just calm, as if nothing new has happened. And next day, with the plot of Kaikeyi, Rama is to be banished. And same situation comes before King Dasharatha. The announcement is made that Rama is to go to forest for 14 years without any wealth or any of royal resources, just Banavasi, living in the forest. And the face of Rama doesn't diminish, remains just the same. All this is the loftiest state to be reached. It's not a matter that you should set a goal within 2 or 3 months I'm going to be like Rama. It should simply settle in your mind as a fascinating goal. And living for that goal, no matter how long it takes, doesn't matter. That's not the mind should not. If mind has properly understood, then that question will not arise. Now, coming to understand 3 types of karmas every soul faces. Sanchita karma, countless impressions of karma have gathered in your deep unconscious. And deep unconscious is highly elaborate technology. Just like your computer can contain millions of information, and it still sits very small. Your unconscious, I'm joking, but your unconscious contains countless karmas. With all details, karmas are like seeds. They're all put together, all waiting for their occasion. Out of countless karmas, Sanchita karma, one little portion, a little that come within your fingers, that becomes your Prarabdha. Led by your Prarabdha, 3 things are determined. The Prarabdha determines the soul, where the soul should be in what family, suited to fructification of karma. So, family is determined by your Prarabdha. Jati, ayu, how long will you live? That's determined by your Prarabdha. And bhoga, what will be your experiences of pleasure and pain? And while you are enjoying, while you are experiencing the result of Prarabdha in your life, a third point happens. You are creating new karmas. The manner in which you are facing your Prarabdha, that determines whether you will be moving in a positive way or in a negative way. Same Prarabdha has brought certain adversity. You can degrade yourself because of that adversity. You may run to a drinking, alcohol business, drug support, and that way you are degrading yourself. But the same adversity leads you to satsanga. Where can I find mental peace? You learn yogasanas, pranayams, and when you overcome it, you are thankful for your adversity. Your adversity has led you. So, Prarabdha gives you all types of karmas, but you are not entirely choked by your Prarabdha. If that is so, that will the purpose of creation will not be divine. Every soul has some opening, especially in human embodiment. And as you are, so therefore what I'm leading you to understand what's called Agami karma or Kriyaban karma. You are creating karmas that shape your future. Future in this very life or life to come. That also depends upon karmic calculations. That will happen if you don't attain enlightenment. That will be an endless process. If you attain enlightenment, the entire Sanchita karma dissolves, burns up. And entire Agami karma, the karma that is coming for future, or what's called Kriyaman karma, that determines your future birth. The entire future prospect moves away. The soul is not going to stay and come back in different bodies. Only karma that does not completely wiped away is your present life. But that again is another point to understand, not for the soul that is enlightened. Soul that is enlightened is like the sky. Karmas move like clouds. So whether they are there or not, the sky has no. That's the state of one who is fully enlightened. And Prarabdha moves, apparently, a sage will appear to be in joyous condition or not joyous condition. He will appear to go through different situations. Prarabdha operates in three ways. Svecchā Prarabdha, Parechha Prarabdha, Anichha Prarabdha. Things that are congenial and comfortable, that everyone, in a practical world, you need certain things to happen. Any saintly personality would like to have a wonderful ashram and many people joining in it. That's called Svecchā Prarabdha. But now his disciples say to the sage, "Oh sage, the world is thirsty for your knowledge. We have planned for you a world trip." That's called Parechha Prarabdha. It was not initiated by you, but people around you. And then there is Anichha Prarabdha. Unexpected, a big hurricane comes. Everything tumbles down, including the kutir of the sage. So these types of fructification of Prarabdha happen in every individual. But in a sage, happens for the last. Because No matter how karma moves in his personality, he is not creating new karma. In order to create new karmas, you have to have the illusion, I am the doer. But when you have shifted that angle to God, you are the doer, not me. Then that's it. Your prarabdha will play its role without hurting you internally. Internally, you are the sky. That is the goal to be reached. In another simple terms, Vichar leads you to the burnt-up state of Kleshas. Kleshas are afflictions. In a simple way, presented allegorical way, just like you are enjoying entertaining things, cinema show and all that, and while you're doing that, you are eating popcorns. And while doing that, some popcorns fall down on the earth. But those popcorns that fall down on the earth, they don't germinate. But you are not enlightened. You are not eating popcorns. Whatever you are eating and whatever slips out of your mouth is going to germinate. All allegorical, figure that out. The knower of Brahman, who is dedicated to, an aspirant who is dedicated to Vichar, he looks at the world with a sense of detachment. And the idea of gaining something substantial in the world, that idea that does not enter his mind. The world will not give you anything substantial. I'm talking from a very advanced point. Anityam asukham lokam. In this world there is nothing that will really enrich your soul. You can have lots of things. You have a garden of beautiful flowers, but not a single flower will smile in your heart. And so forth. So Vichar-based mind, understand, it's a simple point. Why? To hold that type of aspiration, that I will be so wonderful if certain things happen according to my way. If people behave the way I want them to behave. If spring season continues day by day. How wonderful it is. And so forth. And in the case of a sage, his life flows with naishkarmya. Naishkarmya means though performing karmas, and yet the karmas will not bring their fruits. In other terms, you have sakamya karma, nishkamya karma. If mind has not become dominated by vivek, discriminative intellect, then sakamya karma is the only choice left before a person. One goes on working. And even for sakamya karma, you need to have a lot of sattva, lot of goodness. But that type of goodness is not absolute goodness. You have to understand the role of Vibhishana in Ramayana. Vibhishana was sattva, very good person. But in early stage, he was the source of strength for Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Virtue in you in the beginning stage supports your negative nature. Why? Look into the news. People who have done some good things, and they are so conceited about it. The ego becomes so swollen. The good things are good. But then, if it is inflating your ego, then that will not lead you to liberation. What's the cure for it? The sattva should be there in your heart, but it should open a channel for devotion to God. Good things you do, but along with good things, thank God that He made you do those things. Don't pat your ego. How bright am I? Humble your ego. If you do that, Vibhishana in you has joined Rama. Sattva in you has become now a vital aid towards spiritual advancement. One who has attained enlightenment led by Vichar, he does not waste his time worrying over things that have passed on. Imagine how human life, families, countless families, they're involved with things that happened in the past. A worrisome situation comes, and your mind goes after many things that happened in the past, and becomes a subject that takes hours to communicate with others when you pour out your past. To no purpose, unless it is in a satsanga environment. In other words, past is past. Move ahead. Why to bring those memories and crowd your mind? Keep your mind open to the reality, the deeper reality that is always there within your heart. God within your heart. Why not open your mind to that movement? And to the extent you are concerned for the future, have faith in God. A person equipped with Vichar becomes like ocean. Ocean does not go after waves that have gone away and waves that are to come. Vichar enables you, even in this very life, to discover identity of the soul and Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. That understanding becomes possible by allowing your intellect to become clear, and Vichar clears up your intellect. And if you have attained that knowledge, I am Brahman, and if you are not up to the mark, I am God's instrument. I am being led by God. Always remember 3 types of attitudes. Jiva buddhyat dasoham. I am a slave working under the direction of God. I am a channeler. Jiva buddhyat advanshaka. And viewing yourself as a soul that goes on incarnating, don't underestimate the glory of the soul. That soul is a radiation of God. So each time when you think of soul, you must realize Shiva potential is there. The Jiva in you is Shiva. Don't worry about your soul. Don't degrade your soul. And go on developing divine qualities. And then comes the 3rd level when you realize Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman, the absolute. There is no difference. Having lived through this body, the end of Prarabdha karma, a Jivan Mukta enters into Videha Mukti, liberation without body. A wise aspirant, though involved with intricate challenges of life, life puts you with many challenges. And the greater form of challenge comes from your relationships, your friends, and near and dear ones. And of course, there are inimical forces as well. But in spite of all these challenges, deep down you develop a sense that God is with me. Jako rakhe saiya mar na sake hain koe. If I am protected by God, if God has enfolded my soul, then I am a baby in divine arms. And once a baby is in the arms of mother, he is not afraid of anything. Even the nose of the mother. I'm joking. That sense that everything that I'm saying is to be gained progressively. In satsanga, you listen about it. Be fascinated by that idea. And then gradually try to remember. And whenever mind has more sattva, you assert more. And practice gradually leads you to perfection. Led by Vichar, your action will become karma yoga. Your sentiments will turn into bhakti yoga. Your mental desires, etc., will be ruled by Raja Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. And intellectual movements will come under Jnana Yoga. Vichar movement, the mind clearing up itself and having a profound way of reflecting that changes the whole personality and every aspect of your personality, brings about integration. All that is, you have to also understand in a profound way, integration is happening in you. That doesn't mean that externally everything becomes well. Car is wonderful, house is wonderful, kitchen is wonderful. I'm joking. What's the idea? You view your body, your mind, your intellect may go through storms, but you will understand all that in the light of a divine integrative movement. And deep down there will develop a sense of peace, a sense of sweetness, that no matter how things are, I am being led by God. The vision based on Vichar, consider Vichar like the eyes. This Vichar vision is not obstructed by darkness. Your eyes may be wonderful, but if you are going into a dark room, nothing can you see, no matter how wonderful your eyes. But you have Vichar, you are seeing the truth. The darkness has not taken the truth away. Truth, I am Brahman, that awareness. And just like darkness does not affect the Vichar vision, similarly, all the brilliant lights of the world, even the shining sun, does not dazzle the eye of Vichar. The Vichar type of vision you have, you will not be dazzled. Given a simple simile, in darkness your eyes don't work. Now, someone puts your eyes directly to the sun. Now the eyes won't work either. But when you have Vichar type of vision, there is no darkness, is no challenge. The dazzling developments have no challenge for you. You are not affected. If Vichar has not developed in your mind, in spite of your brilliant eyes, you are born Jalmand. And if you are endowed with Vichar, and Vichar is active in your personality, you are bound to overpower all your adversity, and you are going to attain liberation. Therefore, this sovereign remedy of bhava-vyadhi, disease of the world process, Vichar, that should not be given up by you even for a moment. Allow your mind not to stoop to dullness, dull with thinking. That is your ideal. Vichar nourished mind is like a mango fruit, delightful for the aspirant who is growing with Vichar, as well as delightful for those who are advanced. They also are inspired by the progress of the aspirant. It goes both ways. Teacher and disciple, they both enjoy. Sahana bhavatu, sahana bhunaktu. If your understanding has been purified by Vichar, you will have a perfect vision of the paths to follow. But Vichar, your mati, your understanding is not purified by Vichar. Then you are a person moving in a forest where you don't know the paths. And again you fall into a ditch. In one ditch, mosquitoes are there. In another, beehive. In another, scorpion. In another, serpent. It's not written there, I think. Let me give you a subtle beauty of literature. The Sanskrit word garth. Garth is called the ditch, where you get trapped. It comes from the word ga-ratha. Ga, movement. Movement towards God. Ratha, you develop joy in that movement. If it is so, your whole path is slippery and very pleasant. It's a royal path. If you do Vichar, there will be ga-ratha. You don't have Vichar, garth. Not one garth again and again. All the miseries of the world caused by disease, poison, weapons, and manifold causes, all miseries, they seem to be giving you a lot of pain and sorrow. But lack of inquiry, that gives you misery that is beyond imagination. Because if soul does not attain enlightenment, it will continue like the old times. What does it imply? Old times, your soul has gone through many lives. It's not the only life that you are now facing. And similar situations you have faced 1,000,000 times. And Upanishads use a scolding language. Atmahano jana. You are a serious killer. Serial killer. Killing yourself from incarnation to incarnation, led by lack of inquiry. Better to stay a frog in mud, a worm in filth, a snake in a dark cave, than be without vichar. Lack of vichar leads you to all mishaps, tragic situations, miserable conditions. Be always equipped with vichar. Instead of falling into the dark well of ragadvesha, attachment and hatred, be supported by the Upanishadic teachings, the teachings of sages and saints. Your soul is caught in the current of ragadvesha. The world process is like a river flowing with tremendous speed. And your soul is like a little deer that has been trapped by that current. By vichar, rescue your soul. Uddharet atmanatmana. Turn your attention to the Mahavakya Tattvam Asi. Turn your attention to Tat. What is this world? And the reality behind the world is the Tat, the that. Not this names and forms, transcending all. The reality is transcendental Brahman. That's Tat Padarth. What is this whole world? That mind must flow into that to understand the reality. Because the world you are experiencing, I'm describing like something very big. But they are nothing but your nervous system creating all these. You are sitting in a little computer room. A nervous system is giving you all big illusions. Work upon your brain centers. One little center touched, and you will not be seeing things in the way you are seeing. Another touched, certain memories that you have developed over a long period of time, they will just get out. So we live in a shaky world. So, the reality behind the world is Brahman. The reality behind your own personality, that's what's called Tat Tvam Asi, you. What's the reality behind you? That reality behind the universe and the reality behind you is one and the same. Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that. It's called Upadesha Vakya. Instruction is given in this statement, Tat Tvam Asi. But an aspirant practices it by adopting Aham Brahmasmi. Upadesha Vakya is Tattvam Asi, that instruction. And Sadhana Vakya is Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Try to understand in a humorous way. Guru says Tattvamasi. I say, oh, Tattvamasi. that doesn't solve the problem. Guru says, Tattvamasi, thou art that. Disciples say, Aham Brahmasmi. He works upon it. And the ultimate result is Ayam Atma Brahma, Anubhava Vakya. This very self is Brahman. That's the conclusion of all that. By practice of vichar, one attains tattva jnana, knowledge of the self. Knowledge of the self gives absolute peace. In that absolute peace, your mind undergoes complete dissolution. In two ways. While you are alive, your mind is there, but it doesn't create raga, dvesha, attachment, and etc. Called sarupanash and arupanash. First stage, mind is there, but it is not creating any bondage. Arup, even the mind has gone away. In old time similes, people used to have lamps where they use a mantle out of threads. And the mantle was to burn up completely, but it still remain the form. And day by day that form goes on giving light, but it is not there. You touch it and it's not there. Sarupanash is like that. In Mahabharata, it's brought into a very allegorical way. In a certain stage in Mahabharata, the enemies has discharged a special weapon. Ashwathama discharged Agneya Astra, and the entire chariot of Arjuna was burnt up to ashes. But Arjuna didn't know it. By Lord Krishna's will, everything remained as if the same. The horses are there, the chariot is there. After the battle was all over, Krishna says to Arjuna, get down from the chariot. He gets down and the chariot burns up, everything goes away. And Arjuna says, how did it happen? And Krishna explains, it did happen. And you were working with all this, I sustained it by my will. Behind all that allegorical way of description, to attain enlightenment, even though you have body, the body is burnt up as it were. Even though you have all equipments, but they all appear, reality is gone. In other words, your mind appears to operate, but it is burnt. That's sarupa nash. Nash, it is destroyed, but it keeps a form, appearance. Until even that, a jivan mukta becomes a videha mukta, even that disappears. Even that appearance of mind, appearance of body is no more. So we talk about sarupanash, arupanash. All these are details. And we will conclude at this. Shama chapter is over. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukum Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Mritam Gamaya Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hari Om.